Hello everyone, welcome back to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday, September 4th, 2019. The deck is already shuffled and separated into the three piles. And today I think I'm kind of drawn to this first pile, so let's see what we get, shall we? Let's get closer. And we have the Ten of Wands. So let's talk a bit about tens in tarot. Whenever we get a 10 in tarot, that means one cycle is coming to an end. Things are coming to the natural conclusion, and we're getting ready really for a reset moment. Now let's look a little bit about the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands, as you can clearly see here, this person's carrying on a lot of extra burden. He's been carrying it for quite some time now, and he's almost reaching his destination. So when we look at our lives and we look at carrying on a bunch of extra burdens, we can break that down into two parts. The conscious part, where we consciously are carrying around all of this extra burden, and the subconscious part of catching it all. So let's look at the conscious part first. If we're carrying a lot of extra burden right now, a lot of extra weight on our shoulders, consciously, we're probably doing so because we're working extra hours. We're working overtime. We're helping others out that are in need of help, perhaps loved ones, perhaps friends. Maybe we're doing a lot of extra work around the house right now in order to end one season and begin another season. That all being said, consciously, that cycle is starting to come to an end. And if it is, this is a good time for you to really sit there and consider what's coming up next. As you can see, consciously or subconsciously, when you're carrying around all this extra burden, it's very hard for you to see the destination. It's very hard for you to see where you're going. That all being said, once the burden starts to lighten up and this cycle begins to come to an end, really look where you're going with a clear set of eyes and redesign and reset up values and goals. Now, subconsciously, we could be carrying around a lot of extra burden because we've got our goals that we're trying to meet. We've been very successful in a lot of the aspects and projects we've picked up. Subconsciously, we consider this all part of the price of success, and we want to continue carrying all these burdens. However, once again, we need to also be able to see our vision clearly. So, as this cycle begins to come to an end and you can lighten up some of these burdens, it's time to design a process where you're going to be delegating out some tasks to others. Maybe it's chores around the house. Maybe it's setting up a list with you and your spouse or significant other to actually share in the responsibilities. Perhaps it's delegating at work a little bit more, or if you're self-employed, delegating at your company a bit more. Whatever it might be, you do want to keep a lighter load because you do want to be the visionary and you do want to see exactly where you're going. Only way you can do that is by being clear-minded and being able to see where you want and where you want to be and let those goals flow. There's always going to be times in our life where we start to carry around an extra burden. That's natural. However, it's important for us as these cycles begin to wane down naturally to delegate out to others so that if we do need to carry more burden, we're never, ever, ever going to become overwhelmed. So I think this is a great energy card for a Wednesday. Wednesday sometimes can make us feel like we're carrying around the weight of the world on our shoulders. Understand, if we're feeling that way right now, that's coming to a natural conclusion. Going forward, look around, delegate, opt out of certain things if you can, and just carry around a lighter load so that your vision can be clear, remain clear, and your goals and objectives are something you can see and a path that you can follow. So I do hope you enjoyed this reading for today. I look forward to reading you all again tomorrow. And until then, be safe, be well, and be blessed.